Somehow, when I woke up in the morning, I thought today's topic is going to be related to gastrointestinal. And now Gayatri is saying we should have GERD. Okay. For gastrointestinal, GERD is one of the part of that. Okay. The another is intestinal absorption. Another is constipation and diarrhea. Okay. So we do GERD today, gastroesophageal reflux disease. What happens? Many times, many people they experience acidity in upper abdomen or lower chest. So what is that acidity? Is they feel burning sensation here. So it means the acid in the stomach is touching the esophagus. There is a mouth, then esophagus, then stomach, right? So between stomach and esophagus, there has to be some sphincter, a wall. That food liquid should go one way in the stomach. The acid in the stomach, it should not come out. Okay. So why it should come out? In which case? Number one, if the sphincter is loose. Number two, if you eat too much. Number three, if the acid secretion is too much, that it is going to the esophagus or it is damaging the sphincter. Slowly, this acid is eroding the sphincter. Now the sphincter is gone. And now the acid, as soon as you lie down, you have the acid going to your esophagus. When now from this sphincter, after this sphincter in the esophagus, there is no wall. So this acid will go to your pharynx. Yeah. And then you start getting cough. As soon as you lie down, you get some irritating cough. Yeah. Nocturnal asthma. So those who are nocturnal asthma, many people, they did a study and they found out that most of the people, though 50% people, they had nocturnal asthma actually had GERD. So the sphincter was lost and the acid was going through the esophagus and going to pharynx, irritating the pharynx and causing cough. Yeah. So the management is different. Why you should understand this? Because for asthma, you will take asthaline and inhaler and all those things. For GERD, you will need to take some medicine that will increase it will strengthen your sphincter. Okay. It will strengthen your sphincter. It will empty your stomach. Stomach peristalsis will increase. This content of stomach will go to small intestine. There should be some medicine which does that. Then there should be some medicine which reduces the acid secretion by the stomach. So to neutralize the acid, only if you want to neutralize the acid, baking soda in the water, liquid soda, Kinley, Bisleri, all those liquid soda, or taking something like Gelusil, it helps because it neutralizes the acid. Eno neutralizes the acid. Simple. So you have the acid in a bowl, in a flask. You put sodium bicarbonate. It will neutralize the acid. It will create carbon dioxide and water. That is why when you drink Eno, you feel burping. After drinking soda, you feel burping. Yeah. So is there any better medicine? So better medicine will be having all three features. It should tighten the sphincter, empty the stomach, increase the peristalsis of stomach, and reduce the acid content. So that is typically omeprazole, pantoprazole. Okay. Ranitidine. But ranitidine, you have to combine it with ranitidine, it will reduce your acid content. It will not tighten the sphincter. So to tighten the sphincter, you need omeprazole, pantoprazole. But to increase the peristalsis, you need domperidone. So you see Rantac D. There is a Rantac, Rantac D. Pantop, Pantop D. Omes, Omes D. Domperidone, which increases the peristalsis. But now, as a nutritionist and dietitian, is there something you can do? Okay. So, you should not be taking multiple times simply because there are better medicines that Okay. Number two, the causes distension. The carbon dioxide which is released, it will go to your small intestine. Also, your stomach is full of gases now. So you are feeling distended and bloated and everything. Yeah, not good feeling. So there are made better medicines. Better than is Gelusil, then better is Pantop D, Rantac D, all those Omes. Yeah. But as a nutritionist and dietitian, what can you say to the client? Number one, the problem has already developed. So there are two conditions. The problem is yet to develop. The sphincter is not yet damaged. Yeah. You're not eating food which is causing more acidity. Yeah. So sphincter is yet to be damaged. Number two, sphincter is already damaged. If sphincter is already damaged, you will need to sleep in a reclined position. Okay. So normally you sleep like this. Head is here. So you will need to sleep like this. So that the acid from stomach is going to the neck. Acid is going through the esophagus. It will not stop. It will stop because of gravity. One. Number two, so you don't need to sleep like this. You can sleep like this. Yeah. So propped up position. Then number two is that you need to eat food which will cause less acidity. So which are the food which will causes more acidity? Write down in the chat. Oily, spicy, yeah, all those things. Now, sour fruit, sour food. Now remember that other than this, all generic food which causes acidity to everyone, you may be sensitive to particular item. You may get acidity to a particular atom. Someone may be sensitive to bajra or particular dal, urad dal, or wheat. Yeah. So you need to find out which atom causes you acidity. Staying hungry for a longer time, overeating, or eating your full. So many people, they have tendency to eat full. I should be full. No, you need to eat 90% of your capacity. Now, can you add something in your food that decreases your acidity? So we need to remove these things, yeah, or reduce these things. So can you add? So you can add vegetables. You can add some fruits. Now there is always going to be some vegetable or some fruit which will increase your acidity. You will obviously avoid that. Some people just blandly suggest, okay, eat sprouted, yeah, sprouted items, sprouted legumes. Not necessary. People may not tolerate. Some people may have diarrhea. Some people may have uh, acidity because of sprouted. Yeah. Now curd. So you will need to experiment yourself, right? Whether your curd increases acidity, decreases because it comes in sour fruit. It is already acidic food. Now, how you feel after eating curd? Many people eat curd wrong way. Yeah. So they will do something preparation and that doesn't suit them. So you need to find out whether the sweet curd is better or the sour curd is better for you. You need to find out whether you need to put it sugar or salt. Adding cumin, yeah, the ground cumin powder plus salt, dilute it, equal quantity water or 2 times water. If you have 50 ml curd, 100 ml water or 50 ml, whatever you feel appropriate. Some people think that eating curd in the night causes cough and all those things. So they may have that particular experience, maybe a coincidence or maybe really they have. In that case, you can dilute it. Try diluting. If it is happening with you, it's okay. Then you should not do it. So everyone is susceptible to some or the other food that doesn't suit you. So you need to identify what is that. Okay. Then one of the most important factor which people forget is filling your stomach completely. Yeah. So don't fill your stomach completely. Eat 90%. Now, coffee is a controversial topic. Okay. Because most people drink coffee with milk. So actually milk causes more reflux. Yeah. So your acidity will increase with the milk. for some people. For some people, they feel better with the cold milk. If you drink black coffee, that is a myth that it causes acidity. It should not. Except if you are drinking your black coffee on an empty stomach. Okay. Now, some people may say banana causes acidity if you have it on empty stomach. Possibly true for them. You need to check what suits you, what does not suit you. Now, leftover food, the problem with leftover food is that some bacteria have developed. If it is 12 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours, some bacteria have developed. These bacteria have secreted some chemicals. These chemicals causes what we commonly call food poisoning. Okay. If this chemical is at this level, it will cause you frank food poisoning. You will have vomiting, headache. You will not feel good. If this chemical level is this much, you will have less symptoms. Before vomiting, you will have acid coming to your esophagus. Yeah, the sphincter is weak now. The acid content is more and it is coming to your esophagus. You understand? So what you are experiencing with leftover food, if you experience acidity, so it means it is just a precursor of your food poisoning. You understand? So you have been eating your leftover food since long time that you got immune to it, frank food poisoning, and you are experiencing some symptoms. Leftover food is very harmful for your body. It is more harmful than the money you are saving. You know, I have a simple formula for leftover food. Number one rule, there is a rule, I will not eat. Yeah, 4 hours, I will not eat any food. But at our house, people don't want to throw away the leftover food. So I have a formula. What is the cost of the leftover food? What is the cost of rewarming it? And if you take Pantop D cost is 18 rupees. So if your leftover food is less than 18 rupees, you should not eat it because after this you will need 18 rupees Pantop D. It is very costly. Yeah. If you modify this leftover food, if you have a rice, yeah, rice, 1 kg rice typically 60 rupees to 160 rupees. Okay. So if you have this much rice, yeah, one bowl of rice, then it should be probably 5 rupees thing, 10 rupees thing, 20 rupees thing. If you modify this with onion, tomato, some vegetables, spices, gas, cooking, your efforts, it is now 100 rupees thing. Your onion and tomato is costlier than this rice. So to eat 5 rupees rice, you already wasted your 20 rupees vegetables, 2 rupees spices, 1 rupee gas. And if you end up eating Pantop D after this, 18 rupees more. So that's a loss business. Yeah. So throw away this 5 rupees, 10 rupees rice. Don't eat it because it is harmful. It, by some mechanism which is not yet completely understood or by some other chemicals which it secretes, this leftover food also causes obesity. It damages your body. Yeah. You experiment this. Many people, those who are obese, they are eating leftover food as a routine habit. Either forced because of the ritual at their home or they are doing it to save money. You are not saving money. You are losing. Now, I'm not sure. What do you want to put things in your rice to preserve it? What is the objective? See, if your objective is you want to preserve a rice from the previous night so that you want to make it something good because the taste is enhanced, then that is a separate discussion, right? But some rice is left over and you want to preserve it because it is left over. That concept is wrong. You want to eat it tomorrow morning because it was left over. That is wrong. You should throw it away. You should not give it to your maid also. I do not understand about this topic, resistance starch. So once you cook a rice, there is no method that it will increase the starch and all those things. Okay. I'm not sure what is a this question, dear Varsha? Can you clarify? So things you will need to avoid. One of the top thing is leftover food. Then second is whatever does not suit you. Then third is generic item. Generic means oily food, spicy food, all those things. But you are someone who likes spicy food. Yeah. You cannot stop spicy food. The problem is that you are addicted to it. There is a molecule in your spice, capsaicin. And when you eat your spice, the capsaicin level in your blood rises. After some time, it drops. Now you crave some spicy food. You are having a craving. You say that word, I'm craving for spicy food. The meaning is that you are addicted to spicy food. You do not say, I'm craving for wheat, I'm craving for rice. I'm hungry, I want to eat food, but I'm craving some spicy food. You understand? So I'm craving some coffee. I'm craving a smoke, craving a alcohol. So craving, you are addicted to it. You understand? Very good. Supriya has an interesting question. Now we make batter for idli, dosa, all those things, right? Here, what we are doing, we are fermenting it with good bacteria, with desired bacteria. These bacteria are increasing. They do not allow harmful bacteria to grow. And remember, it's not a cooked rice. Cooked rice leftover is very harmful. It is uncooked rice. You have this dosa batter, idli batter, and you have a cooked idli. After 12 hours, if you eat this idli, cooked idli, it will cause you food poisoning. After 24 hours, it will cause you diarrhea. But this dosa batter you can use for 5 days. The objective of the dosa batter is to eat it like that. They eat it fermented. You want to ferment it longer so that the good bacteria, the yeast, will grow and it will give you beneficial effect for your stomach. Right? So the dosa, idli, dhokla, all those fermented food items are very good for your stomach. In the gut, the full-fledged class, we will learn this part. Okay. At our home, though we are not South Indians, but at our home we have daily ready batter of dosa and idli. Because I'm gluten sensitive, gluten allergic actually. I'm gluten free since more than 4 years now. So for me, if there is nothing, dosa is the best item. Yeah. And it is easier to cook also. Healthier also. Much more healthy. Good for stomach. So these are all fancy statements. Resistant starch is good for DM, obesity. Yeah. So those who claim are the companies which are selling certain products and calling it we are the resistant starch and something. So we need to talk to some scientists, try to understand which rice has a resistant starch, which rice has non-resistant starch. Show me the variety of the rice. Number one question. Number two, show me a scientific study with a data which says that eating this particular type of rice, so-called resistant starch, is lowering your diabetes. Yeah. And those who did not eat, equal number of people, those who did not eat resistant starch, their diabetes worsened. So you have to give me the proof of that clinical study, right? So otherwise, the statement written in the chart that rice cooked and cooled will have resistant starch, which is good for DM and obesity. This is a TikTok statement. This is a YouTube short statement. Yeah. Instagram statement. We need to identify whether there is a scientific basis for it. Okay. It may be a statement from my dadiji used to say that, my grandmother used to say that. Yeah. So there is no not necessarily the truth in that. So we need to look for the evidence first. When we are into healthcare field, you should always ask the question, what is the scientific basis of this statement you are talking? So now you write down, what are the things you need to avoid? Everyone write down these things. For GERD, what are the things you should avoid? When you are asking the client, what are the things you want to avoid? The number is one is going to be not your oil, spicy food. Don't do that. Every nutritionist is going to say that. You will say to the client, ask the client, what is the thing that causes you acidity? What is the thing that doesn't suit you? That is your number one thing. Understand? Then number two is the things which you want to list. Or number two things can be the which the client is sensitive to it. A sequence, maybe a sequence. Having coffee, empty stomach, having banana, papaya, empty stomach causes acidity. Whatever is your sequence, you write down that. So you need to avoid it. That is as simple as this. Yeah. Now, when GERD is already developed, the sphincter is already loose. So the sphincter needs to be tightened somehow. Okay. To tighten it, the medicine can help temporarily. Right? If it is extreme case, then they need to go for surgery. But before that, as a nutrition doctor, you can tell them that you sleep at a propped up position, then eat 2 hours before you sleep or lie down. So, people are like, sir, you said do not sleep after food, but I'm lying down and watching the TV. So sleeping is not a problem. Actually, lying down is a problem here. We are talking of lying down. Do not lie down. Do not eat spicy, oily, the food which you cannot tolerate, the food which you are sensitive. Do not eat at all. If you must eat, then eat in the morning hour, afternoon hour. Avoid them in the night. Avoid them in the dinner. Because the time for you to lie down is less. Don't talk of sleeping time. Lying down time here is more important. Then tell the client you need to add things. What are the things you need to add? Number one thing you need to add is you need to shift the time of your meal. What time you're eating your meal, what time you lie down. Number two, you need to add vegetables, whichever suits you, whichever are available to you, which vegetable you like. Don't tell the client you eat this, one bowl of this. Ma'am, my bowl is small, your bowl is big. Ma'am, I don't like cabbage and you're forcing me to eat cabbage. Yeah. So don't tell them. Ask which vegetable you like. Tell them 2 cucumber equivalents. 2 cucumber or 1 cucumber plus 1 carrot, some lettuce, some cabbage. Whichever you like, whichever is available. Don't tell the client some fancy item because you are read on the TikTok or Instagram that lettuce decreases this. Ghee coffee, green coffee. Don't drink coffee, drink green coffee. What is the scientific data that says that green coffee causes less? Have you tried green coffee? It may taste hideous. Yeah. More disgusting than your present coffee. You may not drink it. You are just wasting time. These are all marketing tactics. Yeah. Do not fall for that. Then you tell the client, identify the grain. There is a grain which is causing you acidity. Grain can be of legumes, millet, or wheat. Whichever grain is causing you acidity. So you eat, is your acidity daily? The client says yes. Are you eating daily wheat? Try avoiding wheat for 2 days. Check if your acidity is controlled. The client may say, no, ma'am, actually my acidity is for some days. Tell the client, next time you visit me, write down in your logbook which wheat you are using, which grain you are using, which legumes you are consuming. Urad dal, tur dal, chana dal, which legumes is causing you acidity. Some people, they have acidity because of bajra, jawar, wheat. Okay. So we cannot just claim it blindly that millet is good and healthy. Yeah. We cannot claim it bajra is light to digest. No, some people have acidity because of bajra. Yeah. So let them decide what they want to eat. So you have come to the grain, the legumes and that part. Yeah. Number 4. Now client may ask certain things because they have this condition. They have done their own research online. They may ask some fancy foods, whether it increases acidity or something. Tell them no. There is no scientific data for that fancy food. You eat whichever food is available at your house. Don't waste your money buying some food, particular food item, because you will do it for a few days, then stop. Instead of that, you should invest money to pay my fees and visit me regularly. That is a better investment. And number 5, the role of a nutritionist and dietitian is to help the client identify the food items which is causing them acidity. Yeah. Number 6, avoid leftover food. Even if you are tempted to not waste your money, because that wasted money is 2 rupees, 5 rupees. To modify that wasted money, you are putting 20 rupees. And if you eat Rantac D, Pantop D, 20 rupees capsule, that is another waste. Plus, your whole day is wasted. Your quality of life is compromised. So your life for one day, if God comes to you and says that, okay, you are going to die, and you say, no, I want one more day to live. So God will ask you money, for example. Okay. So will you give the God 5 rupees? No, 5 rupees is my worth for the day. You understand the meaning of this? Because you are wasting your day, you're not feeling good, you're compromising your day quality just for saving your 5 rupees. It means your one day is equal to 5 rupees. So if you're about to die, you can purchase your one day by 5 rupees. So don't be that person. Don't be so less expensive. Yeah. Your day should be very costly. Your day should be a good quality where you're doing your work, what you're intended to do. In few days, I will share the list of the items which in my practice, my counselors, they are giving the clients some samples I will share with you. But the key is to ask the client what you are eating, what you are sensitive, what you are ready to avoid. Okay. Don't tear away one paper and give it to the client. Okay, you follow this, you will be good. They will not follow it. So you involve in planning. Very good, Ramya. So you can try the groundnut oil from market also, my dear. So basically you have shifted your oil from sunflower to groundnut, and that's why you're experiencing less acidity. But in the process, you have started making your own groundnut oil. Yeah. Now, okay, so groundnut oil suits you better. But whether making your own groundnut oil or buying it from outside, maybe you can try. Or you already making your groundnut oil and started selling it, then that's a good business. So your acidity has given you the money. Wow, that's a good business. My groundnut oil is the best oil, others groundnut oil is the bad oil. My groundnut oil is the cold compress, others is there is nothing called hot compress. They put some chemical in it. Can you show me the process where you put a chemical and the oil is out? No, everyone is compressing it. Everyone is cold compress. You should start Ramya doing it. Yeah. Now Ramya's husband is like, wow, good idea, sir. I want to earn some money. Wow, that's good. And I have given you the selling points. Yeah. And after all these false claims, if you get any penalty by government, that penalty is 25,000. But you will end up earning more money in that. And there are always some Instagram and Facebook accounts which will who are ready to promote anything and everything. They are ready to say the groundnut oil cures cancer made by Ramya. Yeah. So then some people will start writing. They say that groundnut oil cures cancer, but not particular every groundnut oil, this particular groundnut oil. So it's a to prove that the supporting evidence or the data is Instagram reel. And don't fall for such marketing tactics. Yeah. Correct. Very good, Usha. So that's correct, Usha. You need to try what suits you better, what suits your body, what suits your family. Yeah. And you need to experiment things. So I tell you how I experiment. I'm allergic to certain things. Actually, I'm allergic to many things in the food item. So how I experiment? So I will eat tur dal for 1 day or 2 day. And as soon as I see some problem, so I will stop it. Then now I'm good. After 1 week, after 10 days, I'm perfectly normal. My stomach is normal. Again, I eat for 1 day, tur dal, or 2 days. Then again see the symptoms. So diagnosis is I'm allergic to tur dal. Now, this experiment you can do only when you try one item at a time. You are eating tur dal, you are eating chana dal, and you are eating this, then the problem diagnosis cannot be done. So I have to stop many things. Only eat what I'm very sure that will suit me. So what is the most sure thing what is the thing that suits me best? Rice. That's it. Moong dal. Okay. But I have to experiment today, so I cannot eat moong dal. Then idli, dosa. Yeah. So I cannot eat then jawar. I cannot eat bajra because they may cause the problem. That I cannot eat pizza for 2-3 days. Yeah. So I'm trying one thing, tur dal, then suffer, then stop, then have a good stomach, not spoil my stomach with anything else. Okay. No other contamination. So, 10 days control. Eat only rice. And then 11th day, try again tur dal. Same problem. Diagnosis confirmed. So tur dal is on the list. Then same with the spinach. I used to love spinach so much. Yeah. So tried just eating normal food, what I eat, feeling good, happy stomach. And 1 day, spinach. The stomach is completely gone next day. My digestive system is gone next day. Then for 10 days, control diet. Okay. The food which will suit me and recover back. Then again, 11th day, try spinach again. Again, if you have the problem, the diagnosis is confirmed. Spinach is the problem. Yeah, true story. And then I found out that I'm allergic to many of the items because I had a serious issue with my digestive system. Yeah. Now, some people, they do not know that they have the issue also. Their digestive system is weak. Yeah. They just keep on crying every day. I'm having acidity. I'm having acidity. So 2 days in a week, 3 days in a week, they keep crying acidity, acidity. They take medicines. Some people, they have diarrhea for a few days. They do not know that it is diarrhea or not because they are habituated to it. Some people, they have constipation. Yeah. But now they think that their system is like that constipation is normal for them. No, you try doing some experiment, you try to find out which is the item you are allergic to. That allergy is causing your diarrhea, constipation, and acidity. You understand? Okay. Even those who have migraine, they can relate their migraine to some of the food item. Migraine is not because of your husband. It's because of some food item you are allergic to. That's a separate scenario. If you are allergic to your husband, then you will need my marriage counseling book. You want to see? Wait, I will show you my marriage counseling book then. If your husband is less likely to be allergic with you, but if you are allergic to your husband, then you can read this book, Relate Pillar. It has Relate Pillar concept. which we have developed over the time, and it has more than 25 tests. So there is a test. There are tests to objectively identify what is the problem between a couple. So whether it is a problem of trust, respect, anger, compatibility, financial goal sharing, career goal sharing, parenting style, intimacy, affection, emotions, all those. Yeah. So when you read this book, you can actually identify what is the problem between you and your spouse. But don't run the compatibility test if you're already married, because you will fail in that. I mean, your husband will fail. And there is no point doing it now, already trapped. You can run other tests for fun. But the author doesn't take the responsibility if you get divorced after running this test. So who are using this test? This test, this book, this test, this knowledge, these tools, relate pillar tools, they are being used by most of the divorce lawyers, marriage lawyers, psychology counselors, marriage counselors in India. More than 500 people have been trained by me on this use of relate pillar concept. Earlier, before this concept, marriage lawyers, divorce lawyers, marriage counselors, psychologists, they used to just take 1 or 2 sessions with the couple. They do not know what to talk. They are talking from their own wisdom. They do not know what activities to tell them, how to identify what is the problem between the couple. Yeah. So in the relate pillar, it gives scientific test, proper validated with R square more than 0.8. It gives the test, 25 tests to identify what is the problem between the couple. Depending on the couple, you can do 3 or 4 tests. Then to solve the problem, there are more than 300 couple activities. You understand? So now this marriage lawyers, divorce lawyers, they are using this concept of relate pillar, and they are helping the client for 20 sessions instead of 1 or 2 sessions. You understand? So earlier they used to earn 1,000, 2,000, incompletely help the client. Now they are able to help the client completely arrive what is your problem and to solve the problem with activities for each of the problem. Yeah. And they are earning 20 to 30,000 per client. We need to come back to the topic. Yeah. Okay. Some of your husbands are raising their hands, sir, I need the book. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can buy it on Amazon. You can WhatsApp me to buy it. Yeah. Or if you don't want to buy it and take help of one of our marriage counselors to run the test between you and your spouse, you can WhatsApp me. I will allocate one marriage counselor. It's too hot. Just give me a second. Huh? Okay. How expensive is that? So marriage counseling, typically the market rate is like 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees per session. So that's a market rate for marriage counseling. If you're talking of the course is very less expensive as compared to the money you will earn after applying those concepts. Okay. Again, the book is as less expensive when you apply this concept, but the book is costlier as compared to other marriage counselors books in the market, because other marriage counselor book in the market, they will talk of theories of marriage counseling and the concepts of marriage counseling, how the relationship is built. No one cares how the relationship is built. I want to know how is my relationship. Yeah. So how, if you want to apply for yourself, then this is a book. Obviously, it is going to cost you more. That's not the thing you should look for. You should look for whether you are going to earn after learning these tools. You should look for whether you are going to repair your relationship or identify who is the culprit in the relationship, and use it for, choosing the next. To identify who's the problem of the allergy, which is the allergen actually, who is the allergen? Yeah, you or your spouse. This book gives you the real answer. This test, even if you are trying to lie, you cannot lie. There are cross questions in it. So it gives you the real answer, whether you are the allergen or your spouse. It's fun to use it. You will enjoy it. So one of the most important allergen you have to take care is your spouse. Whether your spouse is giving you so much trouble or stress that you are having acidity because of that. Yeah. But now many people are writing in the chat, no, sir, not spouse, mother of the spouse, actually, mother-in-law. That is universal, yeah. Yeah. So for that, you need to do certain things in your life. Stop listening, use the pillow, okay? Use the pillow and stop the voice coming out and listening to you and reaching you, and then, so this way, the trouble is gone. Your allergen is gone, the biggest allergen, yeah? So I typically use my pillow like this and cover my ears. So the voice is gone forever. So stress is another factor that causes acidity. So just to prove one statement, this whole story is there. So you need to remove your stress. Okay, so but be careful before praying to God. God, please remove my stress, and ting, the stress from your house is gone suddenly, and you find you are again bachelor. So be careful what you wish for. So if you are a person who is like anxious, stressful every time, then you may need to do some breathing exercise. Yeah, simple breathing exercise. Don't be like a fancy pranayam, yeah, that yoga classes. Hey, yoga classes does not heal your anxiety. You doing something will heal, madam. Okay. So simple breathing exercise, breathe in, breathe out. Okay. So you can breathe in, simple breathe in and breathe out. Okay. So see any frame, breathe in, breathe out. You do it 10 times, that is sufficient. Okay. And tell this secret to your spouse so that when next time you are fighting, shouting, being allergen to your spouse, and your spouse says, calm down, and suddenly your volcano erupts. So instead of saying calm down, the spouse will use breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So this should calm down. It doesn't work sadly on mother-in-laws. Yeah. So that's a standard story. It's okay. You can cry after your video is off. You can cry in the video. No worries. Yeah. So your husband is crying, poor fellow, on the background. It's okay. Don't worry. I have sympathy for you, my dear. Yeah. So don't just, if you are, because nutrition is dietitian, don't focus on that only. Don't restrict yourself for that. You should learn psychology counseling. You should learn how to manage the stress and anxiety and depression, because that becomes a holistic approach for the client. So we have classes on Tuesdays where you learn this book, psychology counseling, where you learn actually every condition and you learn how to manage those conditions with 20 to 50 tips for every condition. Anxiety, stress, depression. So that becomes your holistic approach. You are giving nutrition, dietetics, and psychology services under one roof as a one person. And 50% of the clients of nutrition dietetics, they need counseling because most of their troubles, they come because of, read in the chat or blink your eyes. If so, because of, yeah, people giving them stress, anxiety, or they are having depression. So you will learn that. Being a good counselor involves all these three knowledge: nutrition, dietetics, and psychology. Now about the water part. Okay. The water intake. So for the water intake, it is advisable, if you have acidity, it is advisable to reduce your water intake during your meal and 30 minutes after your meal, because it will dilute your acid, it will bloat your stomach, it will increase it will stretch your stomach. If your stomach is stretched, this wall, the wall between the sphincter between esophagus and stomach is stretched out. So that's why you want to eat 90%, 80% of your capacity, and you want to drink less water, less liquid during your meals. Okay. Now some people are like, fancy, some clients, can I eat watermelon, sir? But it's very high in water. So yeah, you can eat it. And then you ask, how frequently you eat watermelon? They say, once a year. Then why you're asking this question? Yeah, but they will ask this stupid question. It's good to have such clients. The last part comes the addictives. Okay. Some people are addicted to alcohol, tea, coffee, certain things. That also is causing your acidity. So you need to identify whether just because you are having acidity doesn't mean you cannot have coffee. It may be that there is some other thing that is causing you acidity. You avoid that. Or maybe avoid coffee, empty stomach. You experiment having coffee every day and not having particular thing that is causing you allergy. So you need to avoid your allergen. Coffee is not your problem. Unless you prove you think that coffee is your problem. Then tea. Sometimes the milk is the problem. Then you try green tea, black coffee. Okay. While you're doing this, do not forget the exercise part. So exercise can be very light. The objective of exercise in this case is not to increase your body build, lose weight, all those things. People are not going to be motivated for that, especially once they are married. So the objective of exercise is to feel good, to reduce your stress, to reduce your stress hormones. Koel is asking a good question. People who drink tea as soon as they wake up, what do you use as a substitute? Why do we need to substitute? What they put in their body, what they want to drink is their own preference. We are no one to substitute. Hey, you stop drinking tea as soon as you wake up. No, they want to have it. It's their body, it's their choice. Let them have it. If you decide for yourself what you should have it, that you should select. As a nutrition strategy, we are no one to tell, okay, you stop drinking tea as soon as you wake up. No, I want that to start my day, to get functioning, right? Now, in addition to whatever you are having in the morning, you can add certain things. Like Usha is suggesting warm water with honey, warm water with squeeze of lemon, with honey, without honey. That is up to you. No problem. Okay. You will always get a client who will complain that after starting honey, her acidity has increased. It is her experience. Then don't fight back and say, no, honey never causes acidity. Oh, for you, it is causing, you should stop it then. Yeah. For you, something is troubling. You need to change it. For you, something is troubling. You need to change it. Huh? Yeah. So the client looks towards the spouse. Yeah. And you look towards your spouse. Yeah, I also. Hmm. We were originally planning when the class started, should have a small class. Should we drag it further or should we do something? Or you want some storytelling? Stop, sir, stop the class. You did already. Now we want some stories. Okay, when we are talking of coffee, okay, what do you want to write down in the chat? Sir, continue the class, or short class. Like Koel's first class is like, sir, tiny, tiny, tiny class. So this is the example of most non-sincere students. And then, oh, still Koel is saying that, I like you, Koel. Very good. You are courageous. You are superwoman. Okay. So when we are talking of coffee, I will ask you one question. You are getting a cup of coffee in the morning and someone bumps into you, hits you, and the coffee spills from the cup. So my question is, why does the coffee spill from the cup? Write in the chat, what is your answer? The title of the story is, this is the first story in this book. The title of the story is, why does the coffee spill from the cup? So write in the chat, why does the coffee spill from your cup? Write down whatever is your answer. Because it was your spouse, because you, or because someone bumped into you, someone hit you, or something, or you tripped. Why did the coffee spill from your cup? Simply because the cup had coffee. That's why coffee spilled from the cup. If it would have milk, milk would have spilled. If it would have water, water would have spilled. That is life. Life is going to give you hits. It will bump you. Then some things will fall from your cup. Whatever is inside will fall. If there is a bitterness, it will fall. If there is a sweetness, it will fall. If there is a coffee, it will fall. If there is a water, it will fall. So why does the coffee spills from your cup? Because there is a coffee in the cup. Correct, Ramya. Ramya doesn't want to have her coffee spilled in the morning. So you should not skip it just because someone says to skip it. Should we meet next time? Because Koel is insisting, sir, this is my first class. I have less stamina. I have to go get married and fall for the same things which everyone is suffering for. So she's so excited to get married. That's why, sir, please have the small class. Sir, please beg mercy, sir, please. I want to experience the same thrill of, yeah. So just because of her request, we are closing this class. See, as soon as the marriage is confirmed, she got the jaundice. I told you not to get married. See, now you need to identify who is the culprit in your family. Yeah, who is the person. So she needs compatibility test. Hmm. Yeah. So you should be careful. Hmm. Anyone has questions? Yeah, Gayatri has question. Right, Gayatri. No, no. Okay. I was like, she was so fancy and typing and everything like this. So I thought she has some fancy question. Okay. But then she says, no. There is one more book. I will show it on next Sunday. Yeah. It has come out just. Let it be on Amazon. Then I will disclose it. Okay? Thank you. I will show you the. Oh, hey, black. I thought the back has the painting. It should have this painting. This painting should be there on the back of this cover. But what? It is only on the front. I will talk to the publisher. Thank God I did not give a big order. Yeah, and he missed writing the price, and thankfully my name is there. Okay. So I will show it next time. Okay. Have a great time. Bye. See you.